What you working with today?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, my boat. I traded a release from a guy in Canada. This came from Canada. Just got in today. Trying it out, giving it a whirl. There I go, making the camera show.
20 yards?
Yeah, it's I think it's about 20.
So I just got back from picking up 2 weeks worth of groceries for us. It was exhausting to get them all out of the car. I did not actually go in the store and do all this. I did grocery pickup because I have children. So I thought I would just walk you through what I bought for 2 weeks for us. And I did something that I normally don't do. Normally, if I buy this amount of groceries, I buy it according to a meal plan. And I didn't do that this time. But I am about to get back on my whole meal plan menu made out, grocery shopping list for this menu, etc. that I did a while back. So this may seem kind of scattered, but I do have a basic idea of what I'm going to be cooking the next couple weeks, and I will talk through all of that. So here's, I guess we can call this a grocery haul. So we have discovered that we are now a 2 gallons of milk per week family. So either we'll drink it or the kids will have it in cereal for breakfast, or I'll cook with it. So I got milk. I needed to restock on butter. I got, I think, 5 pounds of butter. My kids drink this in there. Coffee in the mornings. Yes, my kids have coffee in the mornings. And I needed just to do a general restock on broth and different canned goods. And y'all, I was out of coffee. I had like a little bitty bit left, and it was almost a problem. But I will buy the big bags of rice and refill my canister. I didn't buy a 10-pound bag like I normally do because I still have about half of a canister left. So I thought I would just top it off with this. I needed a couple sides. And I like to get these salads for my husband for lunch. So he'll have a little variety. We were out of pepperonis and bacon. We were out of a lot of things, and it was just time to restock. But a lot of this will all be lunches, either for Jacob or for me and the kids. Oh, and here's some more canned goods that didn't end up over there. So it was time for a general restock of canned goods. And I got some fresh produce. Now, I probably will go back. I know I will. I'll go back and get more fresh stuff before the 2 weeks is up, because this won't last for 2 weeks. Either it'll be eaten or it won't be fit to eat in 2 weeks. So I'll have to go back and get more fresh veggies. And then we restocked on snacks because my children are eating me out of house and home. Oh my word. Some of these are for Jacob to take to work as part of his lunch, or for him to have with his breakfast. And then chips, and then cereal for the kids for breakfast. And I needed a couple more cleaning supplies. Oh, and had to have paper towels and toilet paper. So I know, I have an idea of what I'm going to be cooking for meals this week. And I bought things to go with that general idea. Not having to buy meat really helps on the grocery list, because I know I don't have to adhere to a menu plan quite as stringently if I didn't have a freezer full of meat, because it's easier to plan. I'll buy just general ingredients that I know I need for several recipes, and I know what meat I have in the freezer, so I have a little more wiggle room than if I didn't have beef and sausage and chicken and pork chops already in the freezer. So it may seem like there's not a lot of order to this, but I know I'm probably gonna do a roast one day next week. I still have plenty of potatoes. So I got carrots, and I made sure to get beef broth and cream cream of mushroom soup. I got things that I knew would work with that meal. I have stuff for sides to go with that meal. We'll probably do a vegetable soup, vegetable beef soup at some point because guess what? The weather's turned cold again. So I got stuff, I made sure I had what we needed to work on those, to do those meals. Stuff for chicken and dumplings, that type of stuff. I have lots of ingredients that will work with lots of different meals depending on what mood strikes me. Undoubtedly one of my least favorite parts about buying groceries is having to put everything up. But I have found that if I store my stuff in cute containers, that it makes it a little bit more fun to put up. And I know that might sound slightly immature, but it's what works for me. But the kids help sometimes, and it's just trying to get everything put up before supper. That way I don't have to deal with it later. I love keeping my fruit in this basket I got from Tuesday morning, back before it closed, and keep my bananas and apples separate but together. I needed to get all my packets reorganized. Everything was just kind of shoved in there with no rhyme or reason whatsoever, so I decided to take just a few minutes. It was probably really less than a minute, and get my life back together as far as that container went. So just in general, I needed a restocking of some stuff. Got most of our canned goods put up. I thought I was kind of low on corn, so I bought more corn. Well, now I have an abundance of corn, but we're restocked back on like soups and things like that. The snack basket is restocked. I know my kids are happy about that. And I like to keep all of my syrups and all that kind of stuff in a basket in the cabinet. It keeps them from getting lost. It's been working really well. I started doing it when we moved here, and these baskets fit my cabinets like the cabinets were built for the baskets. So it's wonderful. But like I said, snack basket there, and then I put some of my stuff for my husband's lunch up out of reach for little people. And the disaster area that is the top shelf is where we keep the chips and the cereal. And I really need to organize stuff a little bit better, but I haven't had time. But at least everything's put away. Yay! We were able to do a good bit on getting our woodpile restocked. My dad had come across a tree that had fallen, and it worked out he was able to get it, and told us to come over one day and split what we needed for our woodpile, for Jacob's barbecue pit and whatever else we needed it for. In the future, hopefully in the very near future, we'll be getting a wood stove to heat our house, so we won't be as dependent on the electric heating. And if we ever get another freeze like we did last year, we won't have to worry about not being able to heat the house. So Jacob got a lot split, and then we spent one morning this week trying to get it all stacked in the shed. And oh, it was so cold. It was so cold, but we got it done, and in a few months this wood will be dried out enough to use, and I'm very thankful we were able to get it. And I can't wait for some barbecue, some ribs or some brisket or something in the very near future. Came inside to get warm. I was outside with Jacob for a little while, but it's been cold the last several days, and honestly the weather's been very disappointing because it keeps raining. It still hasn't dried up enough for me to get my garden planted, so I've been pretty bummed about that. Overall, it's been a not very fun week. I was sitting here trying to decide what all I was going to feature in this week's vlog. I'm like, we just really didn't do anything fun. There wasn't anything exciting. And then I remembered whenever I decided to start doing the Blessed and Highly Caffeinated Facebook group and all the other things that go along with it, one of my goals was for it not just to be a highlights reel and just all of the fun, cool stuff, because real life is not, there's more to real life than just all of the fun things. Real life, real homemaking, the real good life has lots of very mundane, frankly boring days. And those days are what make us appreciate the exciting things more. So I was sitting there trying to decide what to do. I was like, well, I want to be real and authentic, so I'm going to show just our boring week that we had. While I wish I had more fun things to share, I'm not going to let the fact that we have a real life keep me from sharing about our life, if that makes sense. I guess that was just the main thing, is to not be disappointed when our actual real life doesn't look like a highlight reel, and being content with having some boring days, some mundane days, because really and truly those are the days that help make the good life the good life. It gives us something to compare to, so that when we do have the really exciting days or the really fun days, we enjoy them more. So that's one thing that I want to try to always do, is to keep this channel real and authentic and genuine. That's why sometimes my house is clean and I look put together on our videos, and then other days I look like this and my kitchen's a wreck, but it's real life. I am tickled pink to have you here. Let me know what kind of videos y'all would like to see in the future, if it's more cooking, more things about homeschooling, or like a question and answer type thing. Just let me know and I'll see if I'm able to incorporate it into some of the stuff that I have planned coming up. Hopefully the weather is going to cooperate and I will get to plant my garden in the next week. So praying for no more rain for a while. But thanks for watching. If you aren't already a subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe. It lets me know that you enjoy what I'm putting out. You can also follow me on Instagram. I post there at least twice a week and sometimes add stories and give sneak peeks of what's coming up in next week's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in next week's video.